Welcome to the Church of Thomas. These are readings from Awakenings in an Age of Angels, and this chapter is called Clare of the Tribe of David. My feet hurt and burned from the returning circulation. It was not as cold now, but the snow has melted, so my feet get wet now instead of just cold. Dad told me to stay a little while longer, so I stay. I felt my mate and twin die 4 months ago in the showers. I have tried to save a few here in this special hell devised by men, but God wants to have a chance. My mate and I evaded capture for a few years because of the resistance. We helped keep our resistance group invisible so they could do some good work. We loved those men dearly. If we could have been there for their deaths, we would have. My shoes were the first to go. I can always get more. There is a huge pile of them behind the stable. When I can plant the idea again in the mind of a guard, I would plant the idea that I should get a pair of shoes, and then I can give the shoes to the other women who were chosen to be aided. The food is harder to get. Even the guards do not get extra rations now. I think the Allies have cut the supply line somewhere. We don't hear anything about vague grumbles and nasty snarls from the guards. Sometimes when I talk to Dad, I see the troops fighting, but I don't know this terrain, so placing them on a map is impossible. What I do know is that they're starting to find the camps. I see them throw up at the sight of the horrors, but they are coming. I just have to stay a little longer. I want to come home. I'm so lonely. I have not been selected for the showers because I planted the idea that I specialized in harness work. I won't let them remember that they ate the commandant's horses a month ago. That would be inconvenient. We, of course, did not get a morsel or two of that bounty. Every day for 2 hours I am sent to the stables to repair the tack and sandals. It is how I have survived the lack of shoes. I heal my feet of the frostbite of that day, and I talk with God, my Dad, where I do not have to worry that one of these animals. They used to be God-loving Jewish women. These women would kill me in my sleep for my stash of food because I do not give any to them. That food is for Clare. Clare is the real reason I remain. God told me that the child she carries is going to be a healer. That is all he had to say. I understood. Clare is now 18 years old. The child she carries will make things better somewhere in the world. Clare loves this little girl with a lioness's fierceness. Clare is truly a lioness of the tribe of David. This little one was conceived in love, not rape. The little one's father's name is Carl. I do not know his last name. He was killed soon after our arrival in this place. He was a corporal in the regular army. He had joined the army to defend his homeland. He was 18, so young. He did not know that these places existed, but he never fought a single battle. This was his first and last posting. His village was near the Danish border, so his views were not in line with the Nazis. He was too busy playing soccer, his all-consuming passion, to notice anything else. I believe he was a good young man, and have talked to Dad concerning him. Dad is pleased with him too. When Carl saw what had been going on, he was horrified. He was disciplined a few times by his superiors for sneaking food to a few good women. The other guards thought Carl took the food as a bribe to bribe the women for sex. They did not understand it was compassion and love of others that drove him. They did not know that he gave half of his own rations to extend the gift further. He had to eat a little in front of them at mess, or he would have been found out. He would have given it all if he could have. He never placed a demand or even hint of sexual favors as a condition of getting a share of the food he brought. I know he prayed constantly for help. I was the answer to those prayers. Claire was one of the women that got food from him. She liked him even when the other women were looking for his hidden strings. She just knew that he was just not like that. She was the one that half joked that he'd better take one of them to bed or there would be suspicion. He took it to heart and asked for a small room off the stable for his rapes. He and Claire went to that room every day. She told me that he just talked about soccer with her. Well, that was until a few weeks later. She got tired of waiting for the kiss he never gave. Brazen girl, she attacked him. I approve sometimes when all you see is death, ugliness, and dying. You have got to affirm the life that still cries to be expressed. He only resisted a little. He wanted to be sure that this overture was not because of the food, but that she really liked him. He had never been with a woman before. He had been too busy with school and soccer. He was very clumsy, but they figured it out. A month or so after they started their rendezvous, my mate and I were captured and sent to this place. My mate was separated from me upon arrival, and I never saw him again. But I knew when he was murdered, because I always felt what he did. His last thoughts were of me. I would have committed suicide by guard if Dad had not stopped my plan and explained why. My mate is the only food I've had in 2 months. He breathes on me. I live. I know love when I see it. Claire and Carl's love shone like a lighthouse in this dark